Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today we're going to be doing a cash envelope stuffing for the paycheck that I received on September 2nd, 2021 using the Budget by Paycheck Workbook from the Budget Mom. If you guys are interested in seeing that, please stick around. All right, so the first thing that we're going to be doing in this cash stuffing is going over my emergency fund envelope. So I do have an emergency fund at my bank. It is a separate checking account, and I wanted to figure out a way to add to that without feeling like I'm pulling money out of my paycheck that could be going towards my number one savings goal, which is my house savings goal. And so I decided that any cash I have left over in my variable expense cash envelopes at the end of each pay period will be put into this emergency fund envelope, and then that will be a way for me to keep adding to my emergency fund without having to budget specifically for it. I've been doing this since mid-May, and as you can see, up until the end of last pay period, I had $211. I was able to put $33 from my variable expense cash envelopes into this. So I should have $244 in this envelope, and I thought that we would count that together. So we have 100, 200, 210, 20, 30, 231, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 240, 241, 2, 3, 244. Okay, perfect. So we do have $244 in here. And this is certainly growing pretty slowly, but I'm okay with that. As I said, this is not me starting from scratch in an emergency fund. I already have an emergency fund established. This is just adding to that. So I'm almost up to being able to fill in the third line on my little tracker here. My goal is to get $1,000 into this envelope and then to deposit that into my bank. So now that we have that out of the way, we're going to start stuffing my variable expense cash envelopes and then my sinking fund cash envelopes. I did print out some new variable expense cash envelopes. These are from the Budget Mom. She has a bunch of printable cash envelopes on her website. They're very reasonably priced. I have quite a few of them, and I do just tend to switch them out every other pay period or every month in order to keep things fun for me. I do print these on regular printer paper. I think it's just 28-pound paper or maybe 32-pound paper. And I tape them together with some permanent tape runner. So the first one that we are going to be stuffing is my eating out cash envelope, which is getting $50 in 2 20s and a 10. So I'm going to pull those 2 20s. We're super zoomed in right now because I wanted to make sure that you guys could clearly see everything written on here, but it does cut off a lot of my cash, so sorry about that. So I have 20, 40, 50. I did update all of my envelopes prior to filming this video, so this does show that I am depositing $50 into this envelope, and that is all set for my wallet. Next variable expense cash envelope is my gas cash envelope, which is getting a single $50 bill. And again, the envelope is already updated on the back. Perfect. And my last variable expense cash envelope is my miscellaneous cash envelope. I have recently been taking out the $200 total in a $100 bill, a $50 bill, 2 20s, and a 10. The reason that I do this is because it gives me the denominations I need to pull out the money for my 2021 savings challenges from the Budget Mom. So I'm going to pull out 100, a 50, 2 20s, and a 10. Let's count that together. 100, 150, 170, 190, 200. Perfect. And I did update this envelope with my deposit, but you'll also see that it shows that I'm going to be taking out $40 for the 2021 savings challenge, and we will be doing that at the end of the video. So that is it for my variable expense cash envelopes, and now we'll be moving on to my sinking funds, which to me is like the most exciting. I love seeing these categories grow. And so the first one that we are going to be stuffing is a new envelope for me. It is travel. It's going to be getting $50 in a single $50 bill. For my sinking funds, I do try to like stuff them with the biggest bills possible, just so that my envelopes don't get too fluffed up. And so in here we have $100. We're adding a $50 bill, and that should give us $150, $50, $100, $150. And I did update this cash envelope to reflect that. Next we have Christmas. And Christmas is getting $25 in a $20 and a $5 bill. Again, I do have a couple fives down here. You just can't see them. So that's $20, $25. This should have $50 in it. And as you can see, I updated the envelopes with the current deposit of $25. So it should end up with a total of $75. So let's count this. 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75. Perfect. Alrighty. Next we have my subscriptions, which has changed in value here. I was putting in $10 every pay period, and I have just upped that to $15 starting with this paycheck, because I just switched from paying Hulu monthly to paying Hulu annually. It is saving me some money in the long run, and so now this subscriptions envelope is for my Amazon Prime membership, my Disney Plus membership, and my Hulu memberships. I've mentioned in videos past, but I definitely recommend, if you're able to, if you can front that money, looking into paying your subscriptions or your memberships annually, because generally you do save money by doing that. And I know that that does save me money with my Disney Plus as well. I don't think it really does save me money with Amazon Prime, but for Disney Plus and Hulu, it definitely does. So this envelope had $20 in it prior to this stuffing. I'm going to be pulling out the $15 in a 10 and a 5. 10, 15. And so with the 20 that's already in here, we should be at $35. 10, 20, 30, 35. And that is what is reflected on my tracker here. So next we have medical. So this is going to be getting $20 in a single $20 bill. This envelope is for copays. It's for medication prescriptions if I need them. It's for eyeglasses. That's kind of the main one. I'm fortunate in that I'm pretty healthy, and so I generally only go to the to see a provider for well visits, but I do wear glasses, and so every year when I get my eyes checked, I do end up getting new frames and lenses. My insurance does cover a really good portion of that, but I generally do have to pay some out of pocket. I did up this from $300 in 2021 to $500. I don't know. I just felt like you never know. You never know. And because I'm starting to save for this so early, it doesn't really pull that much extra out of my paycheck. So to me, I'd rather have too much than not enough. And of course, whatever isn't used by the end of 2022 would just roll over into 2023 anyways. So I have my single $20 bill. There should be 40 in here. And so total, I'm expecting to have 60, 20, 40, 60. Perfect. And again, that is what I have reflected in the tracker. Next, we have my car maintenance sinking fund. This is not just for car maintenance. This is for car maintenance, my my car insurance, which I pay annually, and then my car taxes, which I pay annually. Not everybody pays car taxes, but in my state we do. And so I pay those annually in July. Again, I recently was able to switch from paying my car insurance annually instead of monthly because it was going to save me some money. So that happened in July. So what I'm saving in here for my car insurance and my car taxes will come out of this envelope in July 2022 because that's the month that I pay both of those things. I have been toying with the idea of separating this and having an envelope that says car maintenance and then an envelope that says like car insurance / taxes. The reason why I've been toying with that is because I don't want to end up in a situation where I bring my car in for service and they say, oh, well, you need this, and this done. It's going to total $800. You know, I'm making up an amount. And I say, oh, okay, great. Well, I have over $800 in my envelope, so I'm just going to pull that $800 out of here and pay. Okay, I do have $800 in here, but not all of that is allotted for car maintenance. Some of that is allotted for my car taxes. Some of it's allotted for my car insurance. So I don't want to overspend on car maintenance from this envelope and then come next July, I don't have enough to cover my car insurance and my car taxes. So I have been debating with the idea of separating this into two separate envelopes. Not 100% sure if I'm going to actually do that. But I am toying with it. As you can see on my tracker here, I'm gonna bring it closer and then focus you on in. Okay, so I had rolled over $475 into this envelope when I started saving for my 2022 sinking funds. That $475 is strictly for car maintenance. That's what I had saved from January until January until August of 2021 for car maintenance, and then these deposits are car maintenance, car insurance, and car taxes. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold yet, but there should be $715 in this envelope. Let's focus you guys in. And then I'm going to be adding $120 in a $100 bill and a $20 bill. So if I add that $120 in, we should be left with $835. So I'm going to add these bills in, and then we will count that together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700, 720, 40, 60, 80, 800, 820, 830, 31, 2, 3, 4, 835. Alrighty. And so I am going to put that back in here, and that is what I have reflected on my envelope. And next we have birthdays. Birthdays, I'm going to be putting in $20. There is $40 in this envelope currently, so if I pull this $20 bill in, we should be at a total of $60, 20, 40, 60. Perfect. And I don't save for a ton of birthdays. I just save for my mother, my father, my sister, and then I do put a little bit extra in here for like unexpected. But yeah, I don't save a ton. I save $400. It does give me extra. And actually, you know, the birthdays that I save for all kind of happen close to each other. So my mom's birthday's in June, my sister's is in August, and my dad's is in October. So next month I'm going to be using from this envelope for my 2021 of this envelope to pay for my father's birthday gift, and I'm definitely going to have money left over. So once his birthday is done, I don't know if I'm going to just transfer that money into here right away, or if I'm actually going to wait until the end of 2021, because you never know, an unexpected birthday gift could pop up in December. So I might end up waiting until the end of December, but I will have extra money that's going to end up in this envelope. And of course, whenever that happens, I will certainly mention that in my cash stuffing. The last envelope that we're going to be stuffing today is my holidays envelope. This is a newer category for me as well. I decided to put this, make this a sinking fund for myself for 2022 because I did end up cash flowing Mother's Day and Father's Day in 2021. And while that was fine, I'd prefer to save that money throughout the year and have it to spend when those two holidays roll around. I also thought this would be good for like buying Halloween candy and if there's any like home decor pieces that I want that are holiday specific. So I don't save a ton of money into it. It only has a goal of $300, but that's certainly going to be enough for my Mother's Day and Father's Day gifts and then extra for other things. So currently this has $40 in it as well. And if I add this $20 bill in, we should be left with 60, 20, 40, 60. Perfect. So that is it for my cash envelopes. I'm just going to gather them all up. The last thing that we have to do is stuff my September envelope for the 2021 Savings Challenge. So that does mean that I will need my miscellaneous cash envelope, which is right here. And then I am going to actually flip this page over to show you guys the monthly view for September, because that's where I keep track of what I need to take out. So this is the September monthly view in the Budget by Paycheck workbook. And for this paycheck that I received on the 2nd, I need to pull out for my savings challenge on the 6th and the 13th because I don't get paid again until the 16th. I already checked them off here because I went to the bank and I was like, okay, so no, I pulled the money out for those and I deposited the money for my Amazon Prime. So that's why there's already check marks on all these. But I'm going to grab the cash envelope for September so that we can stuff it. Okay, so here is the cash envelope for September. I absolutely love the design on this one. I did update on the back to reflect, let me just make sure we're focused. Okay, to reflect the deposit for 9/6 and 9/13. I know I'm just depositing them all at once right now, but I still want it to match up with what it shows on my monthly view. So what I am going to be doing is pulling $40 out of my miscellaneous cash envelope because that's what the total is, 25 plus 15. And I'm doing that into $20 bills. I should have 160 left over for my miscellaneous cash envelope, 100, 150, 160. Perfect. I'm gonna put that back into my miscellaneous envelope. That is what's reflected right on here, that I have $160 left to spend in my miscellaneous envelope. And then now I have these $40 that I'm going to put into the September envelope. And that is it. Of course, after my next paycheck, you guys will see me pulling out cash to be able to stuff, to be able to stuff for the 20th and the 27th, not the 13th and the 20th. Sorry about that. And so that is it for today's cash envelope stuffing. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I'm lying. I'm not gonna bid you all farewell just yet. I did have somebody on one of my last videos, I think it was my last cash envelope stuffing, that asked if I could show trackers. And I am not exactly sure if she meant like having my envelope trackers updated before I do my cash envelope stuffing. That's probably what they meant. Or if they meant that they want to see like how I list everything on my actual expense tracker. But I thought I'd show you guys this anyways. So here is my expense tracker for September. It's obviously not showing a ton of stuff because it's the beginning of the month. I do reflect on the top here what I rolled over from my checking account from the end of August into September. And for me, that was $495.95. And then anything that you see on 9/1 is actually included in my budget from the last paycheck I received in August. While I close my budget out on the end of the month, my pay periods are a little bit different. So that's a lot of times why I'm rolling so much money over. But yeah, I do have all of my purchases and things from the 1st. And then as you can see here on the 2nd, I marked off for myself. That's where I'm like starting to, that's where I would start counting things with regards to my paycheck bill tracker. So I have my income listed here, the transfer that I make from my regular checking account to my variable expense checking account, which is just for my groceries, the cash that I pull out for my variable expense cash envelopes. So that $300 is my miscellaneous gas and eating out envelopes. What I pull out for my sinking funds, which is a total of $270. What I transferred over into my house savings, the day I get paid, I make that transfer. I do not want to risk spending that money. So I transferred over $21.40 directly to my house savings account on the 2nd. And I'm actually really excited to say that in 2021 so far, I have saved $20,000 towards that house savings account. That's a really, really big number to me, and that's a very exciting number to me. I'm super happy about that. I did have an overall goal of saving $30,000 in 2021 towards house savings. I do not think I'm going to hit that number, and I had kind of talked about why. I believe it was in my last in my budget with me for this paycheck. It could have been in my August recap, but hitting $20,000 is really exciting for me. So, and then I did purchase lunch for myself on the 2nd and did a little bit of grocery shopping on the 2nd as well. So that's what my cash, my expense tracker looks like for my checking account so far this month. And then I do have a separate one for my cash. And so again, because I can have a pay period that rolls over between months, I did have $54 in my cash envelopes from the end of August into the beginning of September. And then, as you can see, what I hadn't spent did roll over into my emergency fund on the last day of that pay period. I transferred in the $300, and then I did markate that I took 40 out, or I was going to take 40 out for the 2021 savings challenge. So that is what my expense trackers look like right now. Again, I had somebody comment on that in one of my past videos. Still not exactly sure if this is what they were looking for or more so what's listed on my envelopes, but I thought it would be fun to just show you guys like what this looks like as it's getting updated. So as always, everyone, if you have any questions or comments, please do not hesitate to put them down below. I will be back in a few days with a plan with me, and then we will be seeing each other again in a couple of weeks for another budget with me and cash envelope stuffing. I hope you guys are well. As always, please be safe. Bye-bye.